Hey guys! In this video, we are learning some more ocean facts. All information in this video is collected from Best Life Online and FactRepublic.com. So, get your scuba gear ready, and let's dive in. 1. For the past few decades, submarine cables buried deep within the oceans have carried more than 99% of intercontinental data traffic, meaning that overseas communication is made possible by ocean-based cables. 2. 90% of all the volcanic activity on the planet happens underwater, and the largest known concentration of active volcanoes is in the South Pacific Ocean. It's an area no bigger than the size of New York, but it contains a whopping 1,133 volcanoes. 3. Tsunamis are triggered by seismic events and can move across the ocean at speeds of 500 miles, or 806 kilometers, per hour when the ocean depth is 3.7 miles, or about 6 kilometers. These waves are usually unnoticed, as they are only a few inches above the surface. And as the waves move towards land and the depths shrink, they pick up ocean water and increase in above surface size, but thankfully, slow down. 4. The United States lost a hydrogen bomb in the ocean. Every year, shipping containers get lost in the ocean, and oil spills are unfortunately common. But in 1966, the United States managed to lose a hydrogen bomb at sea. Luckily, it was eventually found with the help of a Spanish fisherman. 5. The world's largest living structure is in the ocean. The world's largest living structure isn't an enormous group of interconnected trees or even a massive fungus. It's the Great Barrier Reef off the coast of Australia. The reef spreads out over an area of 133,000 square miles and is so huge that it can actually be seen from outer space. 6. The oceans are home to around 3 million shipwrecks. Thanks to these millions of shipwrecks, the ocean houses countless treasures and artifacts. It is suspected that there are more treasures on the bottom of the ocean than in all the world's museums combined. 7. If all of the glaciers and sheets of Arctic sea ice melted at the same time, the sea level would rise an estimated 262 feet, or 80 meters, which is about the height of a 26-story building. 8. Most of the oxygen in our atmosphere comes from tiny marine plants in the ocean, specifically phytoplankton, kelp, and algal plankton. Scientists estimate they're responsible for around 70% of the atmosphere's oxygen. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe my channel and turn on the bell notification to never miss my videos. So, let's continue the video. 9. The part of the ocean that's the furthest from land is named after a classic novel. Found in the Pacific Ocean, Point Nemo is the most remote spot in the world's oceans. It's about 1,670 miles, or 2,687 kilometers, from land, and it's named after a character in Jules Verne's famous book, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. 10. The proteins that help Arctic fish live in super cold temperatures may change how our food is stored. Organisms that live in the waters at each pole have antifreeze proteins in their bodies that keep ice crystals from forming on them and harming them. Scientists are trying to figure out how these proteins can be applied to more human problems, like keeping icicles from forming in your ice cream bar. 11. The ocean's rip currents are the biggest danger you face at the beach. Rip currents are currents that occur near breaking waves. This accounts for more than 80% of rescues performed by surf beach lifeguards. In order to stay safe from them, firstly, never swim at a beach without a lifeguard present, and secondly, if you do get caught in a current, don't fight against it. Let it carry you until you can safely swim back to shore. 12. We dump 8 million metric tons of plastic into the ocean every year. That means that, in a little less than 30 years, there will be more tons of plastic in the ocean than there are fish. 13. Sperm whales sleep upright. Sleeping vertically allows sperm whales to remain close to the surface and on alert for any potential predators that may come their way. 14. There is a dead spot in the Black Sea where scientists have found ships as old as 1,200 years. They were preserved well enough to see chisel marks from the original builder. 15. The deepest ocean sinkhole in the world is in the South China Sea and is named the Dragon Hole, or Longdong. It is roughly 987 feet, or 300 meters, deep. Below 328 feet, or 100 meters, the hole is devoid of oxygen and deadly to marine life. 16. Ocean farts, or ocean flatulence, are massive blowouts of methane gas from seafloor sediments. This was once thought to cause ships to sink within the infamous Bermuda Triangle.